As the great Buddha once wisely proclaimed, life is a journey, and the journey is the destination. But have you ever wondered how to navigate this journey to truly take control of your own path? Now, you might think, Buddhism and control, isn't it all about letting go? Well, hold on to your lotus position, because while Buddhism emphasizes acceptance, it also empowers you to be the driver of your own karmic bus. So, buckle up and let's explore 7 ways to take control. 1. Tame the monkey mind. In the words of Buddha, it is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. Imagine your mind as an energetic, playful monkey. This monkey, symbolizing our thought process, is always in motion, leaping from one thought or idea to another. This constant activity is fueled by our desires, worries, and the incessant internal chatter that we all experience. In this analogy, each branch represents a different thought or memory, and our mental monkey swings from one to the next, never finding a moment of stillness. It's a vivid depiction of the restlessness that often characterizes our minds as we grapple with thoughts about the past and concerns about the future, rarely pausing in the present moment. Here, Buddhism offers a powerful tool, mindfulness. This practice can be likened to a ripe, appealing fruit that captures the monkey's attention, encouraging it to pause and savor the moment. Through mindfulness and meditation, we learn to gently guide our thoughts, bringing our focus back to a single point whenever we find our mind wandering. This isn't about forcefully controlling our thoughts. Rather, it's about observing them with a sense of detachment and calm. As we engage in regular mindfulness practice, we start to notice a change in our mental monkey. It begins to slow down, choosing its branches with more care, finding value in stillness. We train it to enjoy the present, to dwell less on incessantly seeking the next thought or worry. This transformation doesn't occur overnight, but evolves gradually with consistent practice. Eventually, our mind, once a restless monkey, becomes a serene and supportive companion. It learns the art of being present, finding peace and contentment in the here and now, rather than being constantly lured away by every fleeting thought or impulse. This newfound calmness and focus are not just beneficial for our mental well-being, but also enhance our ability to navigate life with clarity and purpose. 2. Break the chains of karma. Have you ever felt like you're trapped in a never-ending cycle of events, almost as if you're being controlled by the consequences of your past actions? It's a sensation many of us can relate to, and it's akin to feeling like we're mere puppets, with our past actions pulling the strings of our present and future. But let's delve deeper into the profound teachings of Gautama Buddha, who once said, "Just as a snake sheds its skin, we must shed our past over and over again." In the context of Buddhism, karma is not a punitive force. Instead, it's a profound concept that revolves around the ideas of learning, evolution, and personal responsibility. Imagine every choice you make, every intention you hold, as planting seeds in the fertile soil of your life. These seeds then grow and bear fruit, shaping your future experiences and circumstances. It's a bit like tending to a garden. Now, here's the real essence. Take control of your present moment. By choosing kindness in your actions and cultivating compassion in your heart, you actively influence the type of seeds you plant in your karmic garden. As you consistently make choices aligned with these positive qualities, you'll begin to witness a remarkable transformation in your life. Your karmic garden will start to blossom and flourish into a life that you consciously shape and create. Breaking the chains of karma means embracing the incredible power of your choices and intentions to shape a brighter and more fulfilling future. It's about understanding that you have the agency to sow seeds of positivity and compassion, ultimately reaping the rewards of a life that reflects your conscious decisions. 3. Ditch the cravings. Find true desire. In our daily lives, we often find ourselves pursuing pleasure, wealth, and social status, believing that these external achievements will bring us lasting happiness and fulfillment. However, according to Buddhist wisdom, these cravings for external validation and material possessions are like mirages in the desert, deceiving us into thinking they can satisfy the deep-seated void within us. To better understand this concept, consider a Zen proverb that encourages us to let go over a cliff, die completely, and then come back to life. After that, you cannot be deceived. This metaphorical journey signifies the need to detach from our relentless pursuit of external desires and superficial pleasures. It's about letting go of our attachment to these fleeting cravings, experiencing a profound transformation within ourselves, and then returning to life with a newfound clarity. Buddhism teaches that the true source of satisfaction and lasting joy lies not in the accumulation of material possessions or the pursuit of temporary pleasures. Instead, it invites us to turn inward and explore our inner world. Through practices like generosity, where we share our resources and kindness with others, and contentment, which involves finding contentment with what we have, we begin to uncover a wellspring of joy that emanates from our own hearts. It's like discovering a hidden treasure chest of happiness within ourselves that no external thing can ever truly quench. By ditching our cravings for external validation and finding true desire within, we embark on a journey towards genuine contentment and fulfillment in our lives. 4. See with non-judgmental eyes. Buddha's profound teachings guide us. Do not judge, and you will never be mistaken. What this means is that making quick judgments about people, situations, or even our own thoughts can often lead to misunderstandings and mistakes. Our biases, like tinted glasses, color how we see the world, making it appear distorted. Imagine looking through a pair of sunglasses that make everything seem either overly bright or too dark. This is how our biases can affect our perception. They limit our choices because we tend to favor what aligns with our preconceived notions and reject what doesn't. This can lead to negativity and conflict in our interactions with others. Now, here's where Buddhism comes in with a powerful concept: non-judgmental awareness. Think of it as putting on magic glasses that allow you to see the world without the distortions of judgment. With non-judgmental awareness, we practice observing our thoughts and emotions without immediately labeling them as good or bad. This practice opens our minds to new possibilities and helps us see the world with clearer eyes. So instead of automatically reacting to situations based on our biases, we learn to pause, observe, and understand. This enables us to make more informed and compassionate choices, fostering greater harmony in our relationships and a deeper understanding of the world around us. 5. Silence the inner critic. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where there's a harsh voice in your head, constantly judging and belittling you? That voice is what we often refer to as our inner critic. It's that nagging self-doubt that can chip away at our self-esteem and hold us back. But here's the thing, according to the wisdom of Buddha, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This quote is a powerful reminder that we should treat ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we extend to others. In Buddhism, there's a profound concept known as loving kindness, or metta. It's about cultivating a deep sense of love and goodwill, not only towards others, but crucially, towards ourselves. Imagine being your own best friend, offering understanding and forgiveness even when you make mistakes. This practice involves embracing self-acceptance, acknowledging that you're human and imperfect, just like everyone else. By adopting a mindset of self-compassion and self-love, we can silence the critic's negativity that often holds us back. Instead of being our own harshest critic, we become our own greatest supporter. This shift in perspective empowers our inner champion, allowing us to face challenges with confidence, make positive changes in our lives, and ultimately find greater peace and happiness within ourselves. So, the next time that inner critic starts its relentless chatter, remember that you deserve your own love and affection. Embrace the teachings of Buddhism, practice loving kindness towards yourself, and watch as your inner champion emerges to guide you towards a more fulfilling and empowered life. 6. Embrace impermanence. Imagine holding on to something tightly, like a favorite toy or a cherished memory. It's natural to want to keep things we love close to us, whether they are material possessions or emotional attachments. However, Buddhism teaches us an essential lesson about life. Everything is constantly changing. The Buddha's analogy beautifully captures this idea. He compares our existence to the fleeting nature of autumn clouds, the graceful dance of beings being born and passing away, and a lifetime that's as brief as a lightning flash in the sky or a rushing stream down a steep mountain. What this means is that nothing in life remains the same forever. Just as the seasons change, our circumstances, our relationships, and even our own selves are subject to change. When we resist this natural flow of change, it can lead to fear, anxiety, and suffering. But here's the profound wisdom in embracing impermanence. When we let go of our tight grip on things, when we accept that change is an inherent part of life, we can navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and grace. It's like becoming a skilled surfer, riding the waves of life with balance and composure. In practical terms, embracing impermanence encourages us to appreciate the beauty of each moment without clinging to it, to let go of attachments that cause suffering, and to find peace in the knowledge that change is a constant, allowing us to adapt and grow with the tides of life. 7. Cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path. When we reach this point, it's important to recognize that the journey towards taking control of your life through Buddhism is not a quick fix. It's a lifelong commitment. As Buddha wisely stated, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. This profound statement emphasizes the significance of spirituality in our existence. The Noble Eightfold Path serves as a valuable roadmap on this journey. Think of it as a set of guidelines that lead you towards a life of greater wisdom, ethical conduct, and a calm, focused mind. It's not something you can master overnight. Rather, it's a daily practice, much like tending a garden. Imagine each step on the Eightfold Path as a seed that you plant and nurture. These seeds represent qualities such as right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. By nurturing these qualities daily, you cultivate a sense of control over your thoughts, actions, and ultimately, your destiny. Much like tending a garden, it requires patience, dedication, and consistent effort. Just as a gardener cares for their plants, you care for the virtues and wisdom within you. As they grow and flourish, they empower you to lead a life that is not only guided by conscious choices, but also aligned with the principles of Buddhism, ultimately leading to a greater sense of control and fulfillment. So, there you have it. 7 Buddhist-inspired ways to take control of your life. It's important to understand that control in this context doesn't mean trying to dominate everything around you. Instead, it's about finding a sense of conscious direction in your life's journey. Imagine yourself as the author of your own story, where you have the power to shape your narrative. To do this, start by choosing kindness as a guiding principle in your interactions with others and yourself. Treat yourself and those around you with compassion and empathy. Embrace change as a natural part of life. Just like seasons change, our lives do too. Instead of resisting change, learn to flow with it. This acceptance of change is a path to finding inner peace and contentment. And in this process, you'll discover a sense of liberation within yourself. It's the freedom to be your authentic self, unburdened by self-doubt or the expectations of others. Now, armed with these insights, go forth and conquer your monkey mind, which represents the restless and wandering thoughts we all have. Train your mind to be your ally, guiding you towards your goals. And as you do, carve your own unique path to a life that's truly your own. Remember, it's a journey, and each step you take brings you closer to a more fulfilled and purposeful life. So until next time, keep exploring the boundless possibilities of your own potential. Having a strong mind is really important for how well you do in life. It's like a secret power that helps you keep going even when things get tough. Mental strength is what helps you tackle problems, stick to your goals, and face challenges with determination, especially when your talents and skills alone aren't enough. This video is all about the key ideas in Buddhism and how they relate to 6 habits that can make your mind weaker. If we learn and use these teachings, we can start a journey to make our minds stronger and more able to bounce back from tough times. Habit number 1, having a negative mindset. A negative mindset is like a heavy cloud that covers the bright sun of our inner happiness. It's a habit that makes us mentally weak, because it colors everything in our life with shades of gloom and despair. When we constantly focus on the bad things, we miss out on the good stuff happening around us. It's like wearing dark glasses. Everything appears dim, even the beautiful moments. If we're always thinking negatively, we start believing that everything is bad and that success and happiness are impossible. This mental outlook becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, influencing our actions and decisions. To overcome a negative mindset, we can turn to the teachings of Buddhism. One key idea is mindfulness, which means paying attention to our thoughts without judging them. Instead of letting negative thoughts take over, we can acknowledge them and then choose to focus on positive aspects. It's like sweeping away the clouds to let the sun shine through. Buddhism also introduces the practice of metta, or loving-kindness meditation. This involves directing warm and positive thoughts towards ourselves and others. By regularly practicing metta, we gradually shift our mindset from negativity to a more compassionate and positive outlook. The concept of impermanence in Buddhism teaches us that everything changes. The bad times will pass, just like the good times. Knowing this, we can face challenges with a more resilient mindset, understanding that difficulties are not permanent. By embracing these Buddhist teachings, we empower ourselves to break free from the chains of negativity and foster a positive and resilient mind. Habit number 2, complaining about things outside your control. Complaining about things outside our control is like holding on to a hot coal. It only hurts us. This habit weakens our minds because it puts our focus on what's wrong rather than on finding solutions. It's like getting stuck in quicksand. The more we complain, the deeper we sink into negativity. The teachings of Buddhism shed light on why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can break free from its grip. When we complain, we often forget about impermanence, a big idea in Buddhism. Impermanence means that everything is always changing. Complaining tends to make us believe that things will never get better, trapping us in a cycle of discontent. Instead of seeing challenges as temporary, we make them seem like permanent problems to overcome. To overcome the habit of complaining, we can practice acceptance. This means understanding that life has ups and downs and we can't control everything. Acceptance is like learning to dance in the rain instead of complaining about the storm. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the heavy burden of constant complaint. Buddhism also encourages us to focus our energy on things we can control. It's like steering a boat in a storm. We may not control the weather, but we can navigate our vessel. By taking action where we have power, we move from a passive complaining mode to an active problem-solving mindset. The teachings of Buddhism also highlight the importance of letting go. Letting go is like releasing a balloon. We feel lighter when we let go of unnecessary burdens. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing the tight grip on complaints and allowing space for positive change. By incorporating these Buddhist principles into our lives, we learn to approach challenges with a balanced mind, accepting the impermanence of situations and focusing our efforts where we can make a difference. In doing so, we liberate ourselves from the grip of complaints and cultivate a mental strength that propels us forward even in the face of adversity. Habit number 3, not expressing yourself. Not expressing yourself is like having a treasure chest but keeping it locked away. This habit weakens our minds because it stops us from sharing our thoughts, feelings, and ideas with the world. It's like trying to navigate a dark room without turning on the light. Things get confusing and overwhelming. The teachings of Buddhism guide us to understand why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can break free from its constraints. In Buddhism, expressing oneself authentically is considered essential for building a strong foundation for mental well-being. When we hold back our thoughts and emotions, it's like bottling up a fizzy drink. The pressure builds, and eventually, it might explode. This explosion could be in the form of stress, anxiety, or a feeling of being overwhelmed because we haven't let out what's inside. The practice of right speech in Buddhism encourages us to communicate with truth, kindness, and mindfulness. It's like planting seeds of positivity. When we speak, our words can grow into a garden of understanding and connection. By aligning our words with these principles, we build a bridge between ourselves and others, fostering authentic relationships. To overcome the habit of not expressing oneself, mindfulness becomes a valuable tool. Mindfulness is like a mirror. It reflects our thoughts and helps us become aware of our feelings. By being present in the moment, we can observe our thoughts without judgment and express ourselves with clarity and compassion. Expressing oneself is not just about words. It can also involve non-verbal communication, such as body language and gestures. These unspoken expressions are like a secret language, conveying our feelings and thoughts even when we don't say a word. By being aware of our non-verbal communication, we enhance our ability to express ourselves authentically. By integrating these Buddhist teachings into our lives, we learn that authentic expression is not only liberating for ourselves, but also contributes to the well-being of those around us. It's like opening a window to let fresh air in. Expressing ourselves allows the light of understanding and connection to brighten our mental space. In breaking free from a habit of not expressing ourselves, we embark on a journey towards authenticity, building a resilient and empowered mind. Habit number 4, blaming others for your problems. Blaming others for our problems is like trying to run a race with a backpack full of rocks. It weighs us down and slows our progress. This habit weakens our minds because it takes away our power. It's like handing the steering wheel of our life to someone else instead of driving ourselves. The teachings of Buddhism illuminate why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can untangle ourselves from the blame game. In Buddhism, the concept of karma teaches us that our actions have consequences. Blaming others is like ignoring this law. It's refusing to recognize that we play a role in the unfolding of our own lives. When we blame, we become like spectators rather than active participants in our journey. Taking personal responsibility is about understanding that we have the ability to shape our experiences. It's like being the captain of our ship. We may face storms, but we can navigate through them. When we blame others, it's like saying we have no control, but in reality, we do. By embracing the idea that our actions matter, we empower ourselves to make positive choices. To overcome the habit of blaming, forgiveness plays a crucial role. Forgiveness is not about saying what others did is okay. It's about releasing ourselves from the burden of carrying resentment. It's like setting down a heavy backpack. We feel lighter and freer. Forgiving others and ourselves is a powerful step towards reclaiming our personal responsibility. Mindfulness, a key practice in Buddhism, helps us become aware of our thoughts and actions. It's like shining a light on a dark path. We can see where we're going. By being mindful, we can catch ourselves when we're tempted to blame and choose a more empowering response. This shift from blame to responsibility is like trading the rocks in our backpack for wings that help us soar. By incorporating these Buddhist teachings into our lives, we learn to approach challenges with a balanced mind, accepting the impermanence of situations and focusing our efforts where we can make a difference. In doing so, we liberate ourselves from the habit of blaming and cultivate a mental strength that propels us forward, even in the face of adversity. Habit number 5, fantasizing instead of visualizing. Fantasizing instead of visualizing is like building castles in the air. They might be beautiful, but they lack a solid foundation. This habit weakens our minds because it disconnects us from the reality of our present moment. It's like chasing mirages in a desert. We may never reach what we're yearning for. The teachings of Buddhism offer insights into why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can shift from fantasies to visualization for a more grounded and positive mindset. Fantasies often involve unrealistic scenarios and wishful thinking. It's like expecting a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, a beautiful idea, but not based in reality. When we get lost in fantasies, it's like daydreaming while missing out on the beauty of the present moment. This habit weakens us because it can lead to disappointment when reality doesn't align with our imagined scenarios. Visualization, on the other hand, involves creating mental images of achievable goals. It's like having a treasure map. We can chart a course to reach our aspirations. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of right intention and right action, which align with visualizing positive outcomes and taking practical steps toward realizing them. By grounding our aspirations in reality, we bridge the gap between dreams and achievable goals. The teachings of impermanence in Buddhism remind us that change is a constant. Fantasies often involve clinging to a fixed idea of the future, while visualization adapts to the ever-shifting landscape of life. It's like riding a wave instead of trying to hold onto the shore. We move with the flow of life. By acknowledging the impermanence of all things, we develop a more flexible and resilient mindset. To overcome the habit of fantasizing, mindfulness becomes a valuable tool. It's like putting on glasses that help us see the present clearly. We become aware of our thoughts and gently guide them towards positive and realistic visualization. Mindfulness allows us to appreciate the beauty of the present moment while actively working towards our goals. By incorporating these teachings into our lives, we encourage ourselves to shift from fantasies to visualization, fostering a more positive and grounded mindset. By embracing the principles of impermanence, right intention, and mindfulness, we break free from the habit of constructing castles in the air. Visualization becomes a powerful ally, helping us manifest positive realities and navigate the journey of life with purpose and resilience. Habit number 6, not making time for personal relationships. Neglecting personal relationships is like having a garden but forgetting to water the plants. Over time, everything withers away. This habit weakens our minds because humans are social beings, and meaningful connections bring joy and support. It's like trying to sail a boat without wind. We might move, but it's a slow and lonely journey. The teachings of Buddhism guide us to understand why this habit makes us mentally weak and how we can cultivate stronger connections through the gift of time. Neglecting personal connections is like closing the door to a warm and welcoming home. We miss out on the comfort and support that relationships can provide. When we don't make time for our loved ones, it's like neglecting a garden. The weeds of misunderstanding and distance start to grow. This habit weakens our minds because we may feel isolated without the nourishment of love and companionship. Building and maintaining relationships require time and effort, much like tending to a garden to make it flourish. To overcome the habit of neglecting personal relationships, we can start by being present. Presence is like sunshine for relationships. It helps them thrive. When we spend quality time with our loved ones, it's like watering the plants regularly. It nurtures the bonds and strengthens our connection. Communication is another vital aspect of nurturing relationships. It's like the wind that fills the sails of a boat, propelling us forward. Taking the time to listen and share our thoughts and feelings is like the water that keeps the garden of relationships vibrant and alive. By being open and communicative, we foster understanding and deepen our connections. Buddhism encourages us to recognize the impermanence of life, including the time we have with our loved ones. It's like savoring a delicious meal. We appreciate it more when we know it won't last forever. By understanding the fleeting nature of time, we become motivated to prioritize relationships and invest the gift of our time in those we care about. Incorporating these teachings into our lives reminds us that personal relationships are like the threads that weave the fabric of our well-being. By making time for our loved ones, we cultivate a support system that strengthens our minds and enriches our lives. Breaking free from the habit of neglecting personal relationships allows us to navigate the journey of life with companions by our side, making the voyage more joyful and fulfilling. In conclusion, incorporating these 6 key teachings from Buddhism into our lives can help us break free from the habits that weaken our minds. By cultivating mindfulness, embracing impermanence, practicing self-compassion, and living in accordance with right principles, we foster mental strength and resilience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I love reading your comments, so share your thoughts and suggestions below. For more behind the scenes and updates, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Quora, and Facebook. I'm excited to connect with you there too. Stay tuned for our next video. Hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when it's live. Remember, you're an essential part of this community, and your presence is greatly appreciated. Until next time, take care, stay positive, and keep being awesome. See you in the next video. In the words of the Buddha, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. These words carry profound insight into the nature of our human experience. Guilt, often rooted in past actions, can be a heavy weight that we carry with us. The Buddha's guidance encourages us to shift our focus away from the past, to release the grip of guilt, and instead, to anchor our minds in the present moment. Today, let us embark on a journey guided by the timeless wisdom of the Buddha, as we explore profound teachings to alleviate the burden of guilt that often lingers from our past. Imagine for a moment the burden of carrying a heavy backpack filled with the stones of regret. The Buddha invites us to gently set down this burden, to free ourselves from the weight of yesterday's actions. As we delve into Buddhist teachings, we will explore techniques to lighten our load and find solace in the present. Now, let us turn our attention to a fundamental concept in Buddhism that sheds light on the intricate web of cause and effect, the concept of karma. Join me as we unravel the wisdom encapsulated in this ancient philosophy, offering us a pathway to understanding and ultimately overcoming the pangs of guilt that may haunt us from the past. Understanding karma, the tapestry of cause and effect. In our exploration of Buddhist teachings to release the grip of guilt, we find ourselves at the profound crossroads of karma, the intricate tapestry that weaves together our actions and their consequences. The Buddha, in his wisdom, taught that our actions, both virtuous and unwholesome, shape the course of our lives. This intricate dance of cause and effect is what we call karma. It is a reminder that the seeds we plant today bear fruit tomorrow. Guilt often stems from the recognition of unskillful actions in our past, actions that ripple through the tapestry of our lives. The teachings of karma invite us to view our past deeds not as unchangeable anchors, but as threads in the grand fabric of our existence. Picture a calm pond disturbed by the pebble you dropped. The ripples spread outward, touching every corner. Similarly, our actions create ripples in the fabric of our lives. But here lies the beauty of karma, an invitation to embrace responsibility and learn from our past without being ensnared by guilt. As we journey through the teachings of Buddhism, we will explore techniques to mindfully engage with our karma, recognizing its impermanence and the power we hold in shaping our destiny. Buddhist perspective on guilt. The nature of guilt in Buddhism. As we continue our journey through the teachings of the Buddha, let us delve into the profound Buddhist perspective on guilt, a perspective that views guilt as a form of suffering, a knot that ties us to our own mental anguish. In the vast tapestry of Buddhist philosophy, the nature of guilt is woven into the fabric of our shared human experience. It is acknowledged as a form of suffering that arises when the mind becomes entangled in the web of remorse, regret, and self-blame. Picture, if you will, a river flowing steadily. In Buddhism, the mind is often likened to this river, dynamic, ever-changing. Guilt then becomes like a stone thrown into the stream, disrupting the natural flow of our thoughts and emotions. The Buddha's teachings invite us to recognize the impermanence of emotions, including guilt. Nothing in this world, not even our most profound sorrows, is permanent. It is the nature of existence to change, to transform. As we explore the teachings further, let us reflect on the interconnected nature of all things and how our actions ripple through the fabric of our lives. This understanding lays the foundation for a profound concept in Buddhism, the concept of karma. Understanding karma. In our quest for understanding and releasing the shackles of guilt, we turn our attention to a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, the concept of karma. It is through the lens of karma that we glimpse the intricate dance of cause and effect, the weaving of our actions into the very fabric of our existence. Karma, in its essence, is the universal law of moral cause and effect. It's the recognition that our actions, thoughts, and intentions create a ripple, shaping our present and molding our future. Consider for a moment the image of a garden. The seeds we plant today will inevitably blossom into the flowers of tomorrow. Similarly, our actions, whether rooted in kindness or regret, bear fruit in the garden of our lives. Now, let us turn our gaze inward and examine how the concept of karma intertwines with our experience of guilt. The recognition of karma provides a gentle nudge to contemplate the consequences of our actions without judgment. As we navigate the river of existence, the understanding of karma encourages us to steer our boat with mindfulness, compassion, and awareness. It is an invitation to be conscious of our choices and to embrace the transformative power of intentional living. Techniques to overcome guilt, mindfulness, meditation. As we stand at the crossroads of understanding guilt through Buddhist wisdom, let us now explore transformative techniques that can gently guide us towards liberation. One such technique, deeply rooted in the heart of Buddhist practice, is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness, the art of being fully present in the current moment, serves as a lantern on our path to overcoming guilt. The Buddha encourages us to observe our thoughts without attachment, like a silent witness to the ever-flowing river of the mind. Let us embark on a brief journey of mindfulness together. Find a comfortable seat, settle into the embrace of the present moment, and allow your awareness to gently rest on the breath. The rhythmic inhales and exhales, a reminder of the constant flow of life. Take a deep breath in, feeling the air filling your lungs, and exhale, releasing any tension or judgment. As we continue, let your attention be like a gentle breeze, softly brushing against the sensations of the breath. In this sacred space of mindfulness, guilt loses its grip. It becomes a passing cloud in the vast sky of consciousness. Allow yourself to be fully present, acknowledging any thoughts or emotions without judgment, and gradually bring your awareness back to the breath. In the sanctuary of mindfulness, guilt is observed, not clung to. As we continue our exploration, we will delve into another powerful technique, loving-kindness meditation, a practice that nurtures compassion for oneself and others. Join me in the next segment as we unlock the profound teachings that lie within the practice of cultivating love and kindness, a beacon guiding us towards the shores of self-forgiveness and inner peace. Loving-kindness meditation. In our exploration of Buddhist techniques to transcend guilt, we now turn our attention to a transformative practice, loving-kindness meditation, known in Pali as metta. This practice extends the compassionate arms of the heart, creating a haven for self-forgiveness and the alleviation of guilt. Picture in your mind the boundless expanse of love and goodwill, like the warmth of the sun embracing all that it touches. Loving-kindness meditation invites us to generate this boundless love, starting with ourselves and extending it to others. Let us embark on a journey of metta together. Find a comfortable posture. Close your eyes if you feel at ease, and let the gentle rhythm of your breath serve as the anchor in this voyage of compassion. As you breathe in, envision a soft light of love and kindness filling your heart. With each exhale, let this warmth expand, gently enveloping every corner of your being. Feel the tender embrace of self-love, recognizing your inherent worthiness. Now let this radiant light extend beyond the boundaries of your own existence. Envision your loved ones, friends, acquaintances, and even those with whom you may have strained relationships. May they be happy. May they be at peace. As we extend this web of loving kindness, let it encompass all beings, near and far, known and unknown. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings find joy and serenity. In this expansive embrace, guilt finds less and less space to linger. Loving kindness meditation, like a gentle breeze, disperses the clouds of guilt. Join me in the next segment as we explore another facet of Buddhist teachings, the reflection on impermanence, a powerful lens through which we can liberate ourselves from the chains of regret. May your hearts be filled with loving kindness as we continue on this journey towards inner peace. Reflection on impermanence. As we traverse the rich landscapes of Buddhist teachings to untangle ourselves from the web of guilt, let us now delve into a profound contemplation, the reflection on impermanence. In this introspective journey, we find solace in the understanding that all things, including guilt, are transient. Impermanence, or anicca, is a fundamental concept in Buddhism. It reminds us that nothing in this world, not even our deepest sorrows or regrets, is permanent. Like the changing seasons, our emotions, thoughts and experiences evolve and transform. Imagine for a moment a flowing river witnessing the constant movement of water. Our lives, too, are in a perpetual state of flux. Guilt, like a passing storm, may darken the sky, but it too shall pass, making way for the clarity of a new day. In our reflection on impermanence, we invite the awareness that nothing remains stagnant. The grip of guilt loosens as we recognize that it is but a temporary visitor in the vast landscape of our consciousness. Now, let us turn our attention to the practical application of this reflection. In moments of guilt, consider the impermanent nature of your feelings. Like waves that rise and fall in the ocean, guilt arises and subsides, leaving behind the calm waters of understanding. Join me as we transition to yet another transformative practice, the art of forgiveness. By understanding the transient nature of our emotions, we pave the way for the release of guilt and the emergence of inner peace. May your hearts be open to the gentle currents of impermanence as we continue this sacred exploration. Practicing forgiveness. In our quest for liberation from the shackles of guilt, we now turn our gaze towards a powerful and transformative practice, the art of forgiveness. In the vast expanse of Buddhist teachings, forgiveness is a beacon guiding us towards the path of inner freedom and peace. Forgiveness, in the Buddhist context, is not merely an external act, but a profound internal shift. It is a gift we offer to ourselves, a liberation from the chains of resentment and self-blame that often accompany guilt. Consider for a moment the heavy burden of holding on to grudges and grievances. The Buddha, in his wisdom, recognized that forgiveness is the key to unburdening the heart and creating space for healing. Let us embark on a journey of forgiveness together. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine the person or even yourself whom you hold resentment towards. Picture them in the soft light of understanding, recognizing their humanity and imperfections. As you inhale, breathe in compassion, and as you exhale, release the grip of resentment. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders with each breath. Forgiveness is not condoning the actions, but freeing yourself from the burden of carrying the pain. Extend this compassion to yourself. Forgive yourself for the perceived wrongs, understanding that you too are a traveler on this journey of life, navigating through the complexities of human experience. In this sacred space of forgiveness, guilt loses its foothold. The river of your being flows freely, unencumbered by the dams of resentment. As you release the past, you create space for the blossoming of inner peace. Practicing forgiveness is an act of self-love and compassion. Join me in the concluding segment as we explore the liberating concept of non-attachment, a final step towards transcending guilt and embracing the profound freedom within. May the seeds of forgiveness you plant today blossom into the flowers of inner serenity. Letting go of attachment. In the culmination of our sacred journey through Buddhist teachings on overcoming guilt, we now arrive at a transformative concept, letting go of attachment. As we explore this profound practice, we delve into the essence of non-attachment, the key to unburdening our hearts and minds. Attachment, in the Buddhist sense, refers to the clinging and grasping that often amplifies our experiences of guilt. The practice of letting go is an invitation to release our attachment to outcomes, identities, and the stories we tell ourselves. Imagine, if you will, holding onto a handful of sand. The tighter the grip, the more it slips away. Similarly, our attachment to guilt can be a futile attempt to grasp something that is inherently fleeting. Now, let us embark on a guided exploration of letting go. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and bring your awareness to the sensations of your breath, a reminder of the present moment. As you breathe in, acknowledge any feelings of guilt that may arise. With each exhale, visualize releasing this guilt, allowing it to disperse like wisps of smoke. You are not your guilt. It is a passing cloud in the vast sky of your consciousness. In the practice of letting go, we gently untangle the threads that bind us to the past. Recognize that clinging to guilt perpetuates suffering, and releasing that grip opens the door to profound freedom. As you breathe in and out, let go of any expectations, judgments, or attachments to the narrative of guilt. Embrace the present moment, unburdened by the weight of the past. In this moment, you are free. Letting go of attachment is a gift to yourself, a declaration of your inherent worthiness beyond the shadows of guilt. As we conclude our journey, may this practice guide you towards a life of lightness, compassion, and inner peace. In the tapestry of existence, may you navigate with grace, unencumbered by the heavy chains of guilt. May your hearts be a sanctuary of peace, and may your journey be one of profound liberation. As we draw the curtains on this exploration of Buddhist teachings to overcome guilt, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for joining me on this sacred journey. Remember, the path to inner peace is a personal odyssey, and every step you take is a testament to your resilience and wisdom. In the sanctuary of your own heart, may you find the courage to release the grip of guilt, to embrace the present moment, and to navigate the currents of life with grace and compassion. As you carry the teachings of the Buddha in your heart, may mindfulness be your guide, loving kindness your companion, and forgiveness your liberator. In every breath, in every moment, may you be a beacon of light unto yourself. In the tapestry of existence, may the threads of your journey be woven with threads of joy, compassion, and profound liberation. You are not alone on this path. The wisdom of countless beings who have walked before you echoes in the stillness of your soul. As you continue your exploration of the boundless landscape within, may you discover the treasures of self-forgiveness and inner peace. Your capacity for transformation is limitless, and the gentle ripple of your journey touches the shores of a more compassionate and harmonious world. In closing, I invite you to carry the essence of these teachings with you, to share the light of mindfulness, compassion, and liberation with those you encounter. As we part ways, remember that the journey is ongoing, and each breath is an opportunity for renewal. Thank you for allowing me to be a companion on this journey. May your hearts be a garden of serenity, and may the echoes of the teachings guide you on your path to lasting peace. Join our community and embrace the wisdom that transforms lives.